So how to talk to people, how to solve the problems, how to set up goals, how to manage performance.
It shows that if you want and you really know for this time your direction and what you would like to achieve, just you will do it.
Welcome to our corporate podcast, where we explore passion, work, and what drives us. Meet our team, their success stories, and what sets us apart. Get ready for inspiring stories and valuable insights. Let's dive in.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Unfiltered Talks, a cycle of webcasts that we hold in our special bar studio. Today with me, Iga and Marcin, representing the finance department. Before we kick off, Iga, can you tell us a little bit about how long you've been in HEINEKEN? What do you do here?
Yeah, I'm working in HEINEKEN for 8 years. Started as team leader and then promoted for process manager role. Record to report is my department and my finance life connected typically to these activities. Out of the finance, I'm really passionate about reading books, traveling, cycling, or sharing passion for my children like horsing and tennis playing.
Okay, now, so we must have joined HEINEKEN at around the same time because I've been 8 years in the company.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah. Okay. How about you, Marcin?
So you both are twice longer than me. I've been 4 years already. Actually, I started in HEINEKEN as a process manager in record to report, so together with Iga.
You work together, yeah.
Yes, but then after 2 years, I moved to P2P team. Yeah, P2P stands from procure to pay. So this is where I am right now. And I also love traveling. And actually, you remember I had the period that I worked from abroad. I was working in China, based in Shanghai. So that gave me a lot of opportunities to travel, to make my passion life. And I also love all kinds of sports. Nowadays, a little bit less time for that, but I still try to keep fit.
Okay, can I offer you a glass of HEINEKEN Zero?
Yes, please.
Okay, super
Zero,
cool.
yes.
And when you joined, can you remember how many people worked in HEINEKEN at that time?
Yes, I think it was around 900. So comparing today's, we have 1,600, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So it can show us how we develop and how many new opportunities, positions still we have growing in HEINEKEN, comparing to the number of finance people worked in that time. So.
Okay. Now, so we have a diverse group of people, of colleagues here, like people from different countries, but also different generations. And when I read a lot about it, when I hear about it, especially young people, they really want change. They really want to change roles, develop further. And how is this in HEINEKEN? Is it important for our colleagues?
Yeah, definitely it is. And it changed a lot over the time, because in our days when we started work, then being in the company for a long time was a value itself. Yeah, so gaining experience in the role, build your expertise. Now people changing role very quickly because this is how they want to grow, how they want to gain expertise. So they much more value being in different roles, having experience short period of time, but in different department, different teams. So that become much more valuable. It's a little bit kind of
So the perception is changing in these times because exactly
Right.
what Marcin is saying. When I remember when I started work, for me the most important was, okay, I need to be so connected to the position I had in these times. that I will then grow in this position. I will develop, and my seniority will be higher and higher, but not changing anything so often, but really staying in one field and really, deeply grabbing everything I can have from the position. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And this is also about the building relationship. Yeah, if you work longer on the position, you know your stakeholders, you can know them better and better, and that is also giving the value. Yeah? Young generations, they don't put so many efforts in the face-to-face connection. It's more like a computer game. Yeah, so all the virtual connection is valued, but then also for them important is to go to another level, and this next level could be a different position, or frequently it is different position. So times change, but still it's a place for everyone. Yeah? Here in Heineken we have place for our generation, but also for the youngest one.
Which is great, and it's kind of magic, the magic of Heineken.
It is.
But in your roles, do you rather have to be experts or leaders, or both?
It's a tricky question, I will say, but it depends on the personality and depends, to be honest, what you really would like to do. Yeah, so I can talk for myself. So for me, on this position, it's really important to be a really good leader or project manager. Now, someone who is leading people and showing how they can develop, how they can grow. Yeah? But of course, if I would like sit only with the numbers and would like to be the great expert, I can allow myself to do it. Yeah? I prefer totally different direction because I have so many specialists and really great people and talents in the team. So this is the part I would like them to develop. And how I develop here in Heineken, this is the leadership path. Yeah? So Heineken totally learned me how I should do things on my daily work to really prove that I can manage my people very well. Yeah.
Basically, there's these two stereotypes are the most common one. Yeah, so either you build your career towards experts, and then you also gain the technical knowledge. So you are studying ACCA, or you are going into more auditor kind of work. And on the other hand, you can be a leader. Yeah, and then these technical skills, as we call them, these hard skills. Don't matter too much. You are more going into soft direction, right? So how to talk to people, how to solve the problems, how to set up goals, how to manage performance. But in between, I think it's still a lot of areas that people can choose their own path, yeah, and everyone could mix it depending how he or she wants.
Yeah, and it might seem quite easy to say, yeah, that, well, what you want, you can go in that direction, but what specifically can people do to develop here in Heineken or in your teams, for instance?
It's a lot of opportunity. I think that the most important to mention is that we are an international company, yeah? And we are working with entire Europe. So first of all, people got the possibility to go abroad for short-term assignments, for long-term assignments, and really go to different departments. Yes, they can go to procurement team, they can go to supply chain teams. They still can be in finance, but having this possibility to connect with different departments, sales, another one, a very important part of Heineken, or marketing, that's giving you much wider perspective, and then you know really why the invoice you are booking or why the financial statement you are preparing, what kind of the decision you can make based on that. And you have a lot of opportunities every day, and that's really depend on the person how to use. I think building PDP is another example.
Yeah,
PDP
this is the most
personal development
important
plan.
right. part to plan our career path. Yeah. So when you have really good personal development plan and you are really going with this direction, of course, after the discussion with your manager or colleagues who can, of course, support you with this plan, you can achieve whatever you want. I'm not afraid saying this because the opportunities and diversity what we have in our roles and positions at Heineken right now is really huge. So I remember R2R, Record to Report department, 8 years ago. So you can develop your seniority, yeah? From junior position to analyst and then to senior analyst. Now in the talking only about Record to Report, we have, for example, 5 areas where you can develop your seniorities. Yeah, so you have tax, statutory, you have chief accountant's part, you have totally process dependent part, like general ledgers, totally separate part of record to report this time. Yeah, so we can see that in one department you can really develop, and thinking about P2P, purchase to pay or order to cash, it's almost the same career path with a different, of course, processes. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I joined, it was like just 3 chief accountants, and they just started. Now we have I don't know how many of them, 20 something, yeah, for every operating company.
Yeah.
And the role is still developing, so it's not like the given, but they're really developing depending on the needs. And I think business is also demanding on us much more, which is another opportunity to build your career and build your expertise in that sense, because chief accountant's role are expert's role, right?
Totally. So the new positions are created based on the business needs, as you mentioned. Yeah. So.
Mm-hmm. And yourselves personally, what do you think were the most important development steps in your careers here in Heineken?
I would say being part of Record to Report, joking a bit, but every step, every position is giving you something additional. Yeah? So actually, I mentioned in the beginning that I was working abroad, which gave me a lot, seeing different perspective, different culture, different needs of every people. So then here we are working with different generations. It's very similar concept. So then you really understand how these differences are impacting your daily life, but also you understand how to talk to people with different needs. So to me that was very important. I'm glad that in Heineken I can use it as well. As I mentioned, we are working with entire Europe, and in Europe as well we have people from around the world working on various positions. So you can utilize what you learned in Heineken, but even earlier in your daily life, and that's very important. And this is growing you as a person. So then I made a change, going from record to report to purchase to pay, which again gave me different perspective. To be honest, I was not working in purchase to pay area before. So it was a little bit new to me, what tools we are using, how we process invoices. Of course, I knew how it impacts financial statement, yeah, but I didn't know what tools we have for invoice processing, yeah, what status you have, what differences you could have, what does it mean that the invoice is on dispute. So you learn every day, and then you become really business person, I would say. Yeah? So then you understand.
Yeah, you can discover how many connections we have between departments, for example. Yeah, that we won't work without anyone in a different department. So it's not okay. We in R2R, it's we in Heineken. Yeah, because P2P, O2C, without colleagues from this. Departments, we won't finish the process, yeah, and the month end is connected with all around here in Heineken.
Yeah, exactly, and you remember that we kick off this program development opportunity, yeah, for the people from purchase to pay or order to cash to move for a temporary period to record to report or to FP&A, so financial planning and analysis, just to learn new things, understand end to end. So if you are posting invoice, how does it impact your financial statement? And that's important to understand because that is giving the value to what you do on a daily basis. And I think that this program was great success. People
Great initiative,
enjoy.
yeah. So this is even the answer, Adrian, you asked before, how we develop our people. So this is one of the proposal. And a lot of others, workshops or trainings or accounting academies, what really develop our people. Because as we know, we have person totally not connected with the finance, yeah. So I'm smiling because when I, went on the interview and I really saw that the person is after, I don't know, geography or worked in a bakery. Okay, how she will make these two words connected, and if the person will feel really comfortable in the finance. And after a few months, after our training, after our possibilities of development, the person was a talent, yeah? So it shows that if you want and you really know for this time your direction and what you would like to achieve, just you will do it, yeah? The links.
Okay, so it can happen that somebody without substantial financial expertise, they can find their place in finance.
Of course, and you are the best example, I will say.
I used
so
to
we
be
can
a
share
teacher,
it.
to be honest. Yeah, and then I moved to finance, and now moved away from finance. But yeah, it was something that definitely gave me a school of life, and I learned a lot in that department. Now, another question I have is something that you probably could have heard in a Discovery Channel. Is there life beyond finance? Because people look at finance people and say, okay, they probably spend most of their lives in front of a screen doing spreadsheets and crunching numbers. Is there life beyond? Is there work-life balance?
That is why we need to have even several life just out of the finance, yeah. So sitting and really be devoting to the work, to the numbers, to all strategic goals which we have in Heineken. We need to react somehow after work, yeah. So work balance is really important for me. So I really love what I am doing in Heineken in my work. But after I need to totally forget about this, yeah. So even I'm passionate about reading books, but the finance one are really hiding really deep under my bed. So at home I'm totally not connected with what I'm doing during the day.
Yeah, and you have to have a balance, yeah. So of course the numbers are important, yeah. And sometimes you even find yourself in a tricky position when you go to a restaurant and think, how much does it cost to cook this meal, yeah? I know, joking a bit, you need really to have a proper rest when you forget about numbers, forget about the finance, forget about analysis, and just do what you like. I really enjoy sports. I said that I like all kinds of sports, but to be honest, the favorite is playing football or going to have a bike ride. And then you really forget about everything. You just play, or you just go with a bike and enjoy the nature. And this is totally different thing, which gives you energy to come back and work on a daily basis with this serious finance stuff.
And when you were kids, did you think that you would become finance people?
Never ever. I thought I will be a painter or singer or whatever, but finance, and still I hear the statement from my close friends if they got to know where I started work. Come on, you in finance? But then describing all structure or strategy or how we can connect all dots in the company and explaining that this is the way how you create your position, they then say, okay, understand. But still, I can see, this question mark in the eyes. But as we mentioned with Marcin, how you just create your career, this is your choice, yeah?
I never was thinking about finance career until high school or late high school. Earlier I had different ideas every half of the year. So I wanted to be a car engineer. Then later about salesman and much more I don't even recall, but there was nothing about finance. But then, when you learn more and more, you recognize that there is a value in the numbers, and this is how the world is organized. Yeah?
We are using it everywhere, to be honest.
Yeah.
Finance processes, just getting to know a lot about balance sheets or how important is the correct payments on the account. Now it's valuable for me, for example, on a daily even activities. Yeah.
And even much more sophisticated stuff like return on investment. Yeah? You think about this one on a daily, maybe not on a daily basis, but in your real life. Yeah, if you've got some money and you think how I can invest to have more. Yeah, should I go to the stock exchange, or maybe I will buy a property, or maybe something different, or maybe I will open my business. So then every time you think about the numbers, and if you are able to analyze and make a decision out of that, this is the finance. So if we want or not, we are surrounded by finance every day. That's why there is a value being a finance guy.
It's great to hear that, first of all, you can use it in your private lives as well, this expertise, and that you found your special place in finance and you're really rolling with it. What I think you've mentioned somehow is that combined with all sub-departments of finance, this is like a big process that helps this be brewed and delivered to our customers. Thank you so much for joining today's Unfiltered talk.
It was a pleasure.
Thanks for
Thank you.
sharing all the stuff, and I hope you've inspired a lot of people to join and develop within finance. Cheers to more successes.
Cheers
Cheers
for finance.
for finance.
Cheers for finance.